I stopped eating for 2 days. Let's talk about it. After consuming an egregious amount of food for the last few months every single day, it has become clear to me that I have a problem. My days go something like this. Breakfast, high in protein, nutritious and on track to a healthy future. Lunch, high in protein, nutritious and on track to a healthy future. Dinner, high in protein, nutritious and you guessed it, on track to a healthy future. Post dinner.
No. Oh. No. What's coming over me? Oh.
Thomas. Thomas?
I go to bed sad, depressed and never feeling my best. Enough was enough. I decided that it was time to give myself the old college hard reset. Start fresh. Start anew. The rules of this challenge were pretty simple. For 2 days, I would eat absolutely no food and consume only water and black coffee, because I'm not a maniac. Now you may be thinking, Thomas, that sounds brilliant. Where can I sign up to do such a thing? Now you may be thinking to yourself, Thomas, you are an absolute lunatic. Why would you ever want to do this? Well, it makes for interesting content, I think. I want to get to know my body better. I want to break habitual eating and just become more conscious of when I'm actually hungry versus when I'm thirsty. I like to challenge myself, so it's also a mental test for me. I wanted to also give my digestive system a rest because it takes a pounding every day. You can also experience something called a fasting high, which sounds good to me as well. So with all of these reasons in mind, it was time to begin. Day number 1. So I stepped on the scales at a whopping 200.4 pounds. My body fat was sitting at 22.4%. Now the biggest shock came to me when I read that my metabolic age was 28. Now having just turned 26 and I like to consider myself to be somewhat healthy, this came as a shock and it really rubbed me up the wrong way. And if there's one thing that I really despise, is to be rubbed incorrectly. So that is another goal, to reduce our metabolic age to a respectable 26. My day was off to a good start. I made myself a big, juicy black coffee and sat down to work through some uni lectures. Feeling good, excitement was through the roof. After a couple hours of work, it was time to work out. Okay, well, that didn't actually happen. So, I mean, at least there's always the next day. Okay, a little update for you all, everybody. I am using the Zero app to track my fast. So we are currently just going on 15 hours into the fast and I feel pretty hungry. Just as well, it's just time for lunch. So we're going to head through to the kitchen and pick up our lunch. Oh. That is the spot. So I mentioned that I'm using the Zero app. The benefits of using this app for your fasting is you can set the time for when you start your fast and then it'll give you a countdown of when your fast ends, and the whole way through it, it goes through the different stages. It gives you information on how you're feeling, what's happening within your body at that moment in time as well, which is really useful. And you can also see that other people are using the app as well. Currently, I am going into a catabolic state, which means my blood glucose is going to continue to drop. My release of insulin will be low, but release of glucagon. It doesn't matter! The biggest test for me is for sure when Alex comes home and she starts eating like she usually does, getting her snacking in and also making her meal. And I also imagine that the first sleep tonight is going to be grim.
What trophies, darling? Do you want one, darling? Or do you want one of these?
Stop swinging your balls in my face.
They're jammy Joys.
Everywhere I look, I can't escape it. It's everywhere. Just one bite. One piece. Dinner is served. Bon appetit. We are approaching 24 hours. That's the first day over with almost of the fast. I'm feeling very, very tired. Definitely feeling the effects of not having any energy. I feel hungover. I've just got this sort of tension going on in my forehead and my eyes are a bit... So I've been doing a little bit of research and apparently I can supplement my potassium and sodium without breaking my fast by using baking soda and salt and just adding that straight into my water. Now you may be wondering, why is it important to get your sodium and potassium supplemented into your diet when you are not eating? And well, the answer to that is, if your body is not obtaining any nutrients from food, then you run the risk of having an electrolyte deficiency. What does that do, I hear you ask? You may experience headaches, dizziness, confusion, exhaustion, tiredness, fatigue, muscle cramps, spasm, twitches, increased thirst and hunger, heart palpitations and irregular heartbeats, elevated heart rate, or... Well, that is an acquired taste that I have yet to acquire. Tastes like TV static. That is horrendous. We have just passed the halfway point. Feeling pretty tired. And just like Bon Jovi, we were halfway there. And so began day number 2. Currently 36 hours into our fast, 75% the way there. I woke up this morning feeling really, really good for some reason. It was very bizarre. I feel really good. I slept very well as well. I thought I was going to be up in the night hungry. I've found that I've not really been that hungry. I've not been hungry at all today either, which is kind of worrying. I'm just going to drink water for the rest of my life. Will I ever eat again? Between 24 hours and 72 hours, which is where I am at the moment, I'm in ketosis. And once you get past the 72 hours and beyond, that's when you're in deep ketosis. That's something that I definitely don't want to experience today. I definitely don't want to be experiencing anytime soon. I miss my food. I will say that not eating has given me a lot more time in the day. The only thing is I have no energy to capitalise on having this extra time. So I'm hoping that today is going to be better. Hoping. We are now deep behind enemy lines. Hunger is on the horizon. Food surrounding us on all sides. This is tense. One wrong step and it's muffin madness. A lack of focus and it's a buttery bar mitzvah. Or worse still, donut delirium. I had to remain strong if there was any hope of me surviving the day. I woke up from my slumber at the 45-hour mark. 45 hours in, I am definitely well and truly sick of ketosis. I'm looking forward to my next meal. Speaking of, Alex is prepping a gorgeous little salad for me. So that when the time comes, I've got a nice healthy meal to go to and I'm not just going to start smashing cakes and biscuits and stuff. Chicken mango and coconut chicken over here on the bed of leaves. Some fresh avocado at the back there. A bit of red tomato and what is this mixture here?
Can't remember.
Important when you come off a fast to make sure your meals are light. You don't want to jump straight back into 1,000,000 calories because your stomach is going to shrink and you need to give it time to adjust to eating more food again. So I'm kind of nervous and excited at the same time. Just about 2 hours and 15 minutes left. Come on. Come on! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! Oh! End fast, goal reached. And now for the most important moment of the day. Here it is! The first meal. Breakfast is served. Nervous, to be quite honest. Oh, what is this? Solid. Feels like somebody's just nutting my mouth.
Don't say that.
I mean, that's exactly not what I meant to. We'll see you back for the morning.
And here is the final thoughts of the challenge.
Cheers, David. Okay, so my final thoughts. I missed workouts, I felt foggy, I felt really frail and fragile. I didn't feel hungry though. I felt like the fast could have went on for longer. 2 days was pretty long, but I felt like I definitely could have done a week at that point. The only thing is, the real lack of energy started to bleed into the rest of my days. I wasn't doing my workouts, I wasn't going out for walks, so it wasn't really worth it for me in that sense. I did lose 4.6 pounds, which is pretty impressive, so if anybody's wanting to do extreme weight loss, that's one way to do it. Would I recommend it for weight loss? Absolutely not. You want to just focus on having a balanced diet, work on controlling your calories properly and learn how to be able to incorporate all of the foods that you want to eat into your diet in a way that is manageable and healthy. Do not starve yourself to lose weight. That is not the way to do it. A lot of people end up seriously ill from doing it. If you are doing a short 2-day fast like this, then yes, I would recommend that you try it at least. Always try new things, try and push yourself out of your comfort zone and do these things because you'll learn more about your body. When I jumped on the scales this morning, I weighed 194.6 pounds, so I've lost more weight again. So overall, I have lost 4.6 pounds since starting this. And the biggest victory of this challenge, we managed to reduce our metabolic rate to 26. No longer a fat mess, back on track. And if we look at our body composition, I mean, there's not really that much of a difference, to be honest. You're not going to notice too huge a difference between 4.6 pounds. It's a decent amount of weight to lose, but it's not going to show up dramatically. So 2-day fast, not too bad. Anything longer than that, you run the risk of losing muscle, fat, everything, the lot. So would I recommend this challenge to anybody else? Well, probably not. I didn't feel like myself for 2 days. I felt kind of weak for the majority of the time. It did, however, teach me a lot about my body and when I'm feeling hungry. And right now, I'm starving.